Hey guys, this is Crypto Bay Cafe and and in this video we're going to be talking about the Tiffany's NFT release with the CryptoPunks. I was really excited about this. They're such a large luxury brand, and when you think of Tiffany's, you think of exclusive luxury shopping on Rodeo, right? It already has a really strong brand identity, and I'm obsessed with the concept of like having a digital asset that's redeemable, and then having those two tangible identities or the combined one where it's digital as an asset that can be redeemed as a physical, and then once it's redeemed as the physical, the NFT still exists, but the value has been transferred to the physical item that has been redeemed. So those are two concepts that I love, love, love in theory. I think both can exist. It's a little bit financially technical, but whatever. But in this case, so I was really excited. I'm going to share my screen with some articles that I read that better describes this. So basically, yeah. Tiffany's made a NFT collection that was redeemable for a pendant for CryptoPunk holders, but you didn't have to be. You had to be a CryptoPunk holder to get the NFT redeemable in a pendant form. But if you weren't a CryptoPunk holder, you could have still bought it, which kind of didn't make sense to me because like, why would you have it? So someone's going to just pay 50 bands for an NFT. Um, Weird. So again, so I think unfortunately some people may have bought it at that price point, which is silly to me because it's like, why wouldn't you guys clarify that before the purchase was made? Like, okay, so let's view some articles. The video for you guys that shows it's really cute, really, really cute. So this is their official tweet. And again, we love collaborations, right? Like I love the concept. However, I'm gonna in the end of the video, I'm going to explain how I felt about it originally and how I became apprehensive after reading the full scope of the project. Again, still beautiful conceptually. Again, it's just we're still in such an early phase in NFTs and crypto. We're gonna come across so many clashes. It's because these old brands, obviously, like they want the money, they want the attention that NFTs and crypto is generating. They want the access to quick capital, just like we do. But we have to remember these are like houses, like companies, long-standing companies with consistent revenue. These companies obviously, they love their IP rights. It's their bread and butter. I mean, it's who they are. So we have to remember they're not just going to give all that up so easily. There's going to be contingencies with that. So I'm just going to say that, and we're going to watch this video, and I'm going to expand upon that in just a few seconds. Right? Really cute. So it was okay. So 250 digital passes would be offered by Tiffany Co. Each NFT is worth 30 ETH, which is equivalent to 50 grand by today's price of ETH being like 1700, 1700. So, yes. So, which includes the cost of the NFT, the custom pendant, the chain, and shipping and handling. Okay. It may potentially go down as the most expensive and a public sale of NFT in history. The NFTs may be minted at the time of purchase and redeemable by the holders of CryptoPunks for the creation of custom digital pendants and an NFT digital artwork that resembles the fine jewelry. So I think if you didn't have a CryptoPunk, you just get this. So that's why I'm very confused as to anyone who will want to buy this. It's not a CryptoPunk holder because you can't even redeem it. Weird. Okay, so according to the company's websites, Tiffany and Co. artisans will design and craft the pendant, which is inspired by the CryptoPunk NFT. Um, the company will only release 250 NFT passes for users to purchase. A customer may buy a maximum of 3 NFT tips. With this latest launch, Tiffany closed targeting a fluid cohort of NFT creators by making it exclusive to the holders of CryptoPunks. Popular brand, okay, that's fine. It's not really important. Yeah, so that happened. And again, this is a larger version of it. I think it sold out, yeah, in 20 minutes. It sold out really fast. So they received 12 million. I mean, that's amazing, right? Probably they're probably like, thanks. but like that's still amazing for an NFT collection. But as you can see what they did, they found a niche group, right? And they sold an asset that only those people will want to redeem. And they placed it at a price target that was similar to the actual asset. Because I think each CryptoPunk is like 100K at this point. So in terms of marketing, branding, brand identity, social media, all of that, like they get an A plus plus, but we're gonna go over some, slight issues with that. Sorry, I just need chopstick. You guys haven't been drinking water as much as I should. Just caffeine and vibes. So, and again, we love collaborations. However, what we don't like. I should actually push this out of the way. I don't want this view. What we don't like is basically, I don't want to say this, I'm going to say this. We don't like people coming into the space and capitalizing off a fan base. And to me, after reading some of the terms that weren't stated previously regarding IP rights, that's kind of what this is. And again, I'm not bashing Tiffany's, but we have to remember we did not come from a centralized space to go in a circle into centralization when it comes to IP rights and assets. So I'm just seeing some signs where some of these companies are coming into this space like, oh, hey, this is so much fun, but here are the legal loopholes and terms against. So it's just like we didn't go to space to come back to Oklahoma. Like, we are doing things differently because we want different ways to do IP rights. We want different ways to grow our community. We don't want to worry about getting sued if I put this drawing in this. Like, I think this is what this space is about, and I don't want people to get trapped into decentralized loopholes by these big companies and big names investing in the space and taking advantage of what we've created with our constant interest and dedication and commitment. So in the future, when we see other brand, I think we should be like, that's cool, but I think we should hesitate because this to me sounded nice, but now I'm like, damn, like. But to be fair, I think they did do something with this. They did that coin thing, and that coin was like worth like 1 million. I'm not quite sure, but the item that they sold is an NFT or like a coin or whatever that went up in value. So I can understand the thought process is by buying this and thinking it. But a lot of people, I think, bought the NFT thinking that they can flip it, but it like no, it doesn't. Like it wasn't a. It's not a. I guess it's a flippable, but is it flippable? I don't. I feel like it's you paid more. I don't see how it can go past its point. Um, yeah. So the NFTs are digital passes that the CryptoPunk NFT holders can redeem for digital artwork based upon their original punk. So the NFT tips, so they are digital artwork. So I guess you get the digital pendant, which is cool, right? We love that. Each piece of the digital art will be accompanied by a luxury pendant by the same design. The pendant will call themselves to be luxury items made of gold and precious stones carefully selected to correspond with each of the CryptoPunks' various traits. Okay. While anyone can buy an NFT TIFF, only CryptoPunk holders are eligible to redeem them for digital art, which I think is kind of unfair because it's like, why were they allowed to buy them if they couldn't redeem them? If that makes any sense, it's like you guys wanted to capitalize off of their name, but you didn't want to provide everyone access to it. That's not in the spirit of crypto. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have just allow the holders, and you just had all the holders, and that's it. But mm, so that was cute. Now we're gonna move forward. Okay, so before, yes, the CryptoPunks and his parent company, Larva Labs, is not directly involved with the release. Instead, it is possible by the individual punk owners leveraging their IP rights. Why would you want to leverage your IP rights that you have for something very expensive? We're going to get into this. According to the information reported to be found on the minting contract, it appears that to be 50 of the 250 supply of NFT tips will be reserved for an allow list. While weird, while the other 200s will be made available in some form, such as a public mint to punk holders. All interested parties will be required to provide some form of identity verification through KYC and are limited to purchasing 3 NFTs. Some of the 250 pendants is said to be made with no less than 30 gemstones or diamonds. So I don't understand, how do they have 250 pendants That's strange. The math isn't mathing. They're not limited to sapphires, amethyst, and smile. All pendants will be engraved with 18 karat gold rose or gold base. They'll be engraved with unique punk serial numbers and Tiffany logo on the backside. Lastly, collectors will receive and accompany the NFT rendering of their pendant. So, yeah, until. While the response to the Jennifer Puppets seems that 30 ETH was far too price, I definitely think that's too high for their community. Like, I understand what they're trying to do, but to me, I'm sorry. Like, it's like, why would I want something that costs half my CryptoPunk? Um, and there's only 10,000 CryptoPunk holders. Hmm. And now we're gonna go get to the FAQ page. I'm gonna do that. So what is a NFTIFF? NFTIFF represents a collection of 250 digital passes offered by Tiffany Co, which may be minted when purchased and redeemed by CryptoPunk holders for the creation of custom design pendants and NFT digital artwork that resembles the finer jewelry design. The pendant will be designed and crafted by Tiffany Co artisans inspired by CryptoPunk holders NFT. Only 250 NFT passes are made available for purchase. Each customer may only purchase a max of 3 NFT tips. The pendant be designed. Tiffany & Co. will interpret each CryptoPunk to custom designed pendants, converting them into 87 attributes and 159 colors that appear across the collection of 10,000 CryptoPunk NFTs to most similar gemstone or enamel color. Depending on the CryptoPunk owner's purchase pendant, each will use at least 30 gemstones and diamonds to create a custom design with high fidelity to the original NFT art. Examples of gemstones are not limited to sapphire, amethyst, and they could have threw in some diamonds for that rate. I mean, I can see some diamonds, but that should have been, what was it? By October, clients will receive a render of their piece. Clients do not have the ability to participate in the design prospect and provide feedback on the render. I wish I would pay 50. Never. Okay, so clients will receive a render of their piece by October. Strange. What will be the size of the pendant? The rose gold or yellow gold will complement the base color of each punk type. The lighter tone base color in the alien will be 18R. The two darker base colors of the zombie will be 18Y. Cute, cute, cute. Can I make customizations? No. What you get is what you get. How do I join the pre-sale? Had to be whitelisted. The contract address. Each NFT TIFF will cost 30 each, which includes the cost of the NFT, the custom pendant, the chain, the shipping account. Who is eligible to buy an NFT TIFF? Any user globally. They should have had a separate sale to me. That would have been, but I understand what they did, which is what I'm interested in. It's creating an NFT and then redeeming it, and then sending out an item, which I think can be a whole strategy for some brands in terms of like releasing merch seasonally. Like, I love that. Like, you buy an NFT of what if you bought an NFT of your summer wardrobe, you redeem it, you get all the clothes sent to you. Like, excuse me? Like, like that's awesome. I think that's really different. Um, it is not an airdrop. So Tiffany and Chain will not be conducting an airdrop. All NFTs must be purchased. Yeah, why do you need to collect? I guess because of the shipping of the pendant would be the need to KYC. Chain collects personal information about your behalf on Tiffany & Co. when you interact with the website. The purpose of minting MT Pass to begin the pendant creation process. You have certain rights in respect to your personal information. That include the right to request access, rectify, or erasure of personal information we obtain about you and the restriction of processing this information. I don't understand that. Strange. Okay. Can I buy an NFT and hold it as collectible? Yes. Once purchased, the NFT pass is the NFT that houses in your crypto wallet. If you own a CryptoPunk NFT and choose to, the pass may be redeemed for one-of-a-kind jewelry experience, but it's not a requirement to own it an NFT TIFF. And I think that's kind of selfish because it's like they're paying the same price, but because you're not a CryptoPunks holder, you can't get, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think that's fair. Essentially, it should have been different price tiers. How many NFT TIFF passes can be purchased? A maximum of 3. Can I return or exchange it? No, absolutely not. Will it be necessary to verify ownership? Okay. Chain will verify ownership of the corresponding NFT TIFF NFT. If the NFT TIFF holder sells their NFT TIFF prior to shipment of the pendant, such pendant will no longer be shipped to client, and the order shall be automatically voided. That's not fair because in the nature and lifestyle of an NFT, so for example, I think Azuki did this. Like, so let's say I had an Azuki and I sold it to my podcast partner, Peely's wallet, right? If there was an airdrop later that year, Peely would receive it because the ownership has now been transferred to Peely. I no longer own it, right? The same way in reverse, I wouldn't receive the airdrop from it. So to me, I think that's kind of rude. You paid 50, you are a board or a CryptoPunks holder, right? You should be able to, whoever's the next of kin who buys it from you with the intentions of receiving the pendant that was originally bought with the purchase of it, or um, like you prove that you own it, that person should be able to redeem it because it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do when you have all these expensive pendants on hand? Are you going to resell them? Are you going to put them in a vault? Like, what do you do? So I think this is being done so people can't sell and flip. And I don't know if people were told this before purchase, which is kind of rude as well. But again, always check your FAQs. Always check the disclosure agreements moving forward because, honey, they will get you every time. What are the terms and conditions? We're gonna go over that because I think that's what made me a little frustrated with them. How do I redeem it? And then on top of that, the redeem deadline was August 12th. This just came out like what, 3 days ago? And again, I don't feel like people were told that when this was first released. I didn't see any of that on any of the documentation about it. That was nowhere to be found. And we can look at their page really quick and go back. But I think so. The issue I have with NFT collections, sometimes they'll do all this stuff in prep, right? You'll have hyping up, you'll be waiting for it, and then suddenly you have to like submit to a whitelist on one day, and then it's cut off, or like suddenly you have to like. I think only VV did that the other day, and I was really upset. We have been waiting for VV to become a full platform where you can like take your NFTs off and sell them, and they didn't do it. You can only sell them for gyms, like everyone was holding. So you have all these people with like millions of not million probably like those Spider-Man NFTs and the comic books and they couldn't sell them until like last week and they were like, oh, you have till like 3 days from now to KYC. And it's just like, okay, like it's crazy how you guys can make us wait for God knows when, Lord knows how, and then suddenly in 3 days you have to redeem ownership or you can't even get your pendant that you just paid 50 grand for. Like I feel like the same energy that we're patient with these NFT collections and we're like, whatever, do your thing, we're in here, we support you, we love you, just send us on that NFT. I feel like they should have the same energy with us, like, because again, we're the customer. Why do we have to feel rushed to do something when we've already spent amount of time with research, talking about the brand, spending like you have our money. Why are you rushing me now so I can redeem anything out of it? Like that's never gonna really sit right with me. I just want to go to their page because I really don't feel like people are aware of this. Um, yeah, that's cute though. That's cute. I wouldn't. I mean, if it was a gift, maybe. I mean, sure, it's worth 50K, maybe. Or like, yeah, I really don't see any statement that states, "Hey, you have to redeem it by this date." On top of that, because that's 6 days from now, you have to decide. I feel like it should be indifferent. When you redeem it, you redeem it. They have to make it with, it's like they're kind of like, we're doing it like this. And then let me see if that is illegal. And conditions, because now law school is coming in. Only 250 available, maximum purchase three. Only Ethereum is accepted. Pendant must be claimed by August 12th. After that date, the NFT TIFF may not be redeemed for custom private, nor will the NFT TIFF be customized. That's rude. You must own the NFT. You must own the NFT TIFF and the CryptoPunk in order to redeem the NFT TIFF for a custom pendant. I just don't understand why they're priced the same way if you weren't going to redeem all of them. Like, and on top of that, let's say I bought it for 50K. I flip it for 75 to a CryptoPunk holding that like forgot They should be able to do that. Like, this is not fun to me. Like, why would you guys take away people's rights to flip things? Like, it's just what this is NFT. Like, this is the issue I have. People are entering this space with like Web 2 ideas into Web 3. And it's just kind of like, you guys are capitalizing off of this, but you're making this very difficult because I don't think maybe it would be very hard for them to process ownership and like the setting of transactions. I get it, but it's just like, I don't, had they let everyone get a pendant, I'd be like, all right, whatever. But like, they're not gonna end up making everyone's pendant because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that bought that were not CryptoPunk holders that were not officially aware. Official delivery. Okay. Okie dokie. This is my problem and this is my issue. And let's zoom in here because this is gonna make me really, really skeptical of all brands moving forward. By purchasing an NFT tip, linking your CryptoPunk, and you grant Tiffany and Company and its affiliates, agents, and others working for it on its behalf a revocable, non-exclusive, non-exclusive, royalty-free license to use your CryptoPunk and its underlying intellectual property, if any, to design and manufacturing and selling the purchasing an NFT tip and linking to your CryptoPunk. You grant Tiffany and Company and its affiliates, agents, and others working for it on its behalf irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free license to use your CryptoPunk and its underlying intellectual property, if any, to design and manufacture and sell the corresponding pendant. What does this mean? Because to me, I wish I could have a lawyer like on standby to talk to about these. Because to me, I get it. Like they're saying that you're giving me your IP rights to make this pendant, but does that mean for them to resell it? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, have you given away your rights for them to make more pendants after the pendant? That's why I'm confused. Yeah, your custom your custom pendant is anticipated to deliver in early 2023 prior to the shipment of Tiffany Co pendant. We'll verify the ownership. Yeah, I don't like this. The NFT holder sells their NFT prior to the shipment of the pendant. Such pendant will no longer be shipped to the client, and orders should be automatically voided. Tiffany and Co will not be held liable. The innovative TIFF custom pendant and all underlying intellectual property not included to the CryptoPunk image depicted by the NFT tip for custom. So I think it's, to me, to clarify, I think it's worded as the digital NFT of the CryptoPunk. But then they say, see, if this verbiage was used previously by purchasing an NFT tip and linking it to your CryptoPunk. That's the confusing thing to me because I would have accepted this statement if it was saying by purchasing an NFT and linking it to the NFT minted by Tiffany and Co. So I don't like that. That's worded very tricky for understanding. Shall be used for personal and non-commercial use only. So what if you're in a commercial with it? That's weird. Like, what if you're a celebrity? Can you not wear it with them in? I see that's the purchase of the purchase of foregoing shall not assign, convey, or otherwise transfer any intellectual properties rights therein, including not limited to any commercial or licensed rights to the purchaser. So you can't. I'm so confused. So if I wanted to do if I ordered CryptoPunks and then I got this NFT and then I got the chain, I couldn't make like a show about my chain, like I got a CryptoPunk. Like that would be. Is that what that's saying? Any lawyers? I want to comment in my comments, please, please, please. I would love if you could clarify this jargon for me. They're probably confused too when they wrote this. They're like, I don't know. Chain collects and processes personal information on behalf of Tiffany. Yeah, I don't like that either. Chain shall not be liable for any losses resulting or arising for delays in processing transactions, inability to execute transactions, or lack of timely response for chain customer support. I heard well, I don't know about their NFT man. It was like successful or not. You acknowledge and agree that you were required to pay network or mining fees in order for the transaction to be successful. Insufficient network fees may cause the transaction to remain in a pending state outside of chain's control. Oh God. We are not responsible for the delay, the loss incurred, and result of an error in the initiation of transaction and have no obligation to assist the remediation of such transactions. Chain shall not bear any liability whatsoever for damage or interruptions caused by computer viruses. Oh no, that's strange. Yeah, you agree and this isn't cute. You agree and understand any controversy, claim, or dispute rising out of relating to the user agreement or breach thereof, and the service provided you by chain shall be settled solely and exclusively by binding arbitration held in the country you reside in. I just feel like this is so for a chain. Mm-mm. Yeah. So at the end of this, this was cute. However, I really wish, I honestly feel like people need to clarify the terms of service with things like this because I think it's very misleading to people in this space. And we have to forget, like, people who are into crypto, we're so like, which pretty, I feel like we're pretty chill. But the whole reason why we came into this space because we didn't want to be legally bound to things like this. Like, I think this is very problematic for the space. Um, so I like I like the concept. I like the direction they originally took with this. However, I I'm also going to read this. I don't like the little things. Like I feel like there should have been two different sales. I don't really believe that if you didn't have CryptoPunks, you should have paid 50 grand for an NFT that you couldn't get a pendant for. That's silly. So there should have been two sales. Um, there should have been two sales, one for CryptoPunk holders exclusively with the pendant, and then a lower priced one of the NFT itself. You could have had them at the same time. It just should have been like some form of different access because again, I don't feel like the NFT is worth 50 racks without the pendant. I think the whole purpose of this NFT is that you're redeeming a valuable asset in correlation to having a CryptoPunks. If you don't have a CryptoPunks, you're redeeming a copy of like the CryptoPunks chain, like for your like that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't, and I also don't feel like this is the fix and flip that you think. I want to see how these hold price. I'm very curious to see like, and also like the it won't be redeemed till August or December, I believe, as we were looking at. So again, I don't like that. I think that to me, it's giving greed and clout. And I love the fact that they stepped into this space, but I don't feel like this was the way to do it. And their verbiage with IP rights is really uncomfortable because, when you have two brands that gave their holders IP rights, you shouldn't try to take that from them because that was given by the people that created Bored Apes and CryptoPunks. So to me, that's like taking advantage in some context because it's like, why would you come into a space and then reduce the IP rights in a situation where you guys are making 12 million from a pendant? I don't know how much the pendant costs to make, but we know that this is a come up for Tiffany's. It may not be a big come up because they have various diamonds, various assets, various, they've been in business for years, very luxury, right? However, this is still amazing for them to have a 20-minute sell. When you start thinking of things, don't think about how much money it is. Think about in crypto, how fast did it take you to make that 12 million? And I can look, I don't know, maybe I'll Google like how much Tiffany's makes in a year, but I'm pretty sure they don't sell 12 million in 20 seconds, 20 minutes. I know they make a lot of money. They're very successful, yes, but I'm pretty sure they don't do 12 million in 20 minutes. Maybe if it was a specific sale for a special client. But again, like this is a crazy opportunity. And I'm just going to read this message from the CryptoPunks. While Yuga is not, because Yuga bought Yuga Labs, Bored Apes, they bought CryptoPunks. I forgot how. They're not directly involved with the collaboration between DT Chain, Tiffany Co, and Alexander Allnut, but it's a great example of the type of things punk holders will be able to do with their IP licensing agreement, which is intent to release on 8/15. Punks will be able to receive Bored Ape Yacht licensing rights. This means the community will be able to tap into the punks when they create a myriad kinds of constants and derivatives. Punks can't be used for lawful, but punks can't be used for unlawful purpose or for hate speech. The NFT and IP rights are tied together. This means all punks' IP rights will travel from owner to owner, but former owners may continue to use and profit from what they've already created and published. That's really sweet. I think that's cool. Um, it's like, oh, I sold it, but I still want to be a part of the community because that happens to me. Like if I see an NFT collection, I am in love with them. Like I don't want to sell it, so I'll like buy two. But I think this is cute for people who like, I did what I did with it, but it's nice to still have the ability to like do stuff in terms of content with it. Lastly, we share the finalized license. You know, in some fine print, in fact, you allows will reserve the right to make changes. Don't panic. It's only because we're breaking new ground and need to be flexible in order to serve the community best. So this isn't really about the Tiffany thing, but I think this is really great in general. When see, this is the appropriate way to do a branding and expand with IP rights. The way Tiffany Co is explaining the chain was very like, no, we reserve the right, and it's just like, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're stealing the IP rights, but I do think they're limiting what users can do with their IP rights for their pendant, if that makes sense. I don't know. I want to see someone else talk about this from their brand. I just feel like, like again, I'm not saying it's bad. I just think, conclusion, this was a great thought in theory. Um, However, I think a lot of things should have been clarified before. 87 owners, 250 items. Like there's a discrepancy with the redeemable pendants versus the amount of people that just have them as an NFT, and I don't understand why it should be allowed to be sold to people that don't have, you know. And also that's it too. A lot of people did already start making NFT jewelry, so it's kind of like, room. But okay, so what I want you to take for this is like less obviously we want to support like collaborations, right? But I rather than be collabs and not full IP rights, like confusion. So that's something I'm going to be mindful when I just speak about a project because I was really excited for it. I think I had posted it on my page in a few discords and I was like so excited because it is so refreshing to see large brands involved in the space. However, I don't think it's okay for them to basically bulldoze their way in and have little clauses and contingencies that basically change the way we handle things. Like if this would listen, if they would have just broke this up as a regular NFT with the ability to redeem for all holders, it would have flipped like 12 times. Like they would have made their 12 million, right? But it would have been more because people would have been flipping it back and forth. And each one probably would have ran up to about like 100K, 120. That's what I'm saying. So I think to like, oh, if you sell it and they have you have a CryptoPunk, but they can't redeem it. It's like, okay, well, whoever owns it should be able to redeem it. That's the whole point of NFTs. So I'm really disappointed that that wasn't thought of or that wasn't like an option or no one took the time to think about that. That's a huge like ill for me because it's like that's the spirit of NFT flipping. So again, good attempt, good execution, but some very important details could have been navigated a bit differently again. But again, good attempt, good execution. However, um, you know, yeah. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. Please put, if anyone's a lawyer, please put in the comments if I understood the IP rights wrong because I think it's worded differently twice. So if anyone could clarify that to me so I possibly can be corrected and have a more positive outlook on the situation, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for whoever took the time to watch this video. I'm sorry for rambling. And you guys be blessed and have a wonderful night, evening, day, lunch, whatever's going on. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.